watching a Youth TV, empowering you.
Yes, thank you very much for watching a Youth TV. We promised, and this is another time, we are going to be continuing our part 2 of our first episode of Faces of Uganda. Last week we hosted here Prof. Patrick OGWANG, who is actually best known for Covidex, a COVID-19 supplement that actually made news globally, but also has, you know, a big impact success. I mean, a big success story behind it. We have to continue with this part that could actually only justify that herbal medicine is actually taking shape globally. In fact, components believed or named as phytocompounds are believed to be very useful in working on chronic and you call them acute complications. But the industry, we're talking about the herbal medicine industry globally, is actually generating $100 billion USD with a growth rate of 15%. And the public globally is actually buying into this with reasons like it's natural, it's it's easy to access, it's cheaper, of course, with a number of reasons. Prof, here, you're welcome to this another part yet again. Once again, you could say hi to the viewer.
Hello viewers, welcome back to our story again. It's been great having this interview and sharing with you.
Okay. Yes, now thank you very much. We're going to do this and we are coming very, very shortly after this.
You're watching a Youth TV, empowering you.
Yes, welcome from that short one. Now, Prof, with success stories of people like you, a man who has spent over 10 years without going for malaria treatment, and you're attributing that success to herbal medicine. Of course, we believe that there are so many people out there with that relevance of herbal medicine when it comes to primary health care. What could be the future of this industry?
So, herbal medicine is medicine. Why it's called herbal is that herbal is from the word herb or plant. So it's medicine made from plants. The difference with the pharmaceutical medicine is that pharmaceutical medicine is a chemical synthesized in a laboratory. That's the difference. One from the lab, one from the plants. But in both of them, there is active compounds. In the plants, we have phytochemicals. In the pharmaceutical medicine, we have chemical compounds. But both of them have activity, what we call bioactivity or pharmacological activity. Now, before 19th century, all medicines in the world, whether it's America or Europe, were herbal medicines. They were herbal extracts, formulated as capsules, tablets, and syrups, and so on. Even injections were there, which were from plants. After 19th century, we went to the state of isolated compounds from plants to natural. That was from maybe around 20th century. No. Let's say late 19th century. Then now, in the early 20th century, is when we brought in chemically synthesized drugs. The sulfur compounds were the first ones to be chemically synthesized and used in people. Then the now industry moved into laboratory synthesized medicine instead of depending on nature provided medicines. But as you know, for the last maybe several decades, people have been realizing that these chemically made products, whether it is medicine or food or whatever it is, are not very compatible with human life. they end up causing side effects, they end up causing many problems. So people now worldwide are moving back towards natural. You heard about organic foods. Organic food in the US sell more than these are GMOs. Broiler chicken these days, this modified chicken is fetching low value than the local chicken. Local chicken is more expensive and more demanded than this modified chicken. So people are going back to natural things. Why? Because these modified things have brought us diseases. There is evidence that modified foods have less ingredients than the natural ones. You go and test bogoya, which has been modified, and test original bogoya. The taste is different. One is more sweet than the other. Why? The modified one has less nutrients. Now, if it has less nutrients, it means that our body is getting less nutrients as we eat it, just filling the stomach. But the nutrient-wise is less. Mean that in the long term we shall get deficiencies, which lead to diseases. That may explain why maybe some diseases are increasing, like cancers are increasing, chronic diseases are increasing. Why? Maybe because of the foods we are eating. Less nutrient foods. That's why worldwide people are going back to traditional things. Traditional foods, traditional medicine, traditional marriages, everything becoming the old one. Why? For centuries it kept people healthy, it kept people happy. So herbal medicine is simply going back to what we used to do before the modern medicine came. Now, because there is a worldwide move towards natural things, there's an increased demand for herbal medicine worldwide. Whether it's America, Germany, and so on. In fact, estimate that in years to come, maybe by 2050, the demand for herbal medicine will be at the level of $12 trillion US dollars. $12 trillion US dollars. And the rate of growth is very, very fast compared to modern medicine.
Yes.
Very fast. Meaning that even these days, the pharmaceutical industry are beginning to put up lines to manufacture herbal medicine. You go to a pharmacy in town, you will find herbal medicine products mixed with vitamins in pharmacies brought from UK, from America. Why? Because they also begin to realize that the demand for herbal medicine is growing. So, in years to come, not many years to come from now, the demand for medicine is going to be everywhere. You can really see that in Uganda it has picked up, in Africa it has picked up, Europe now is the leading user of herbal medicine from China and Nigeria. As a country, what do we need to prepare? We need to prepare for the industrial growth of our medicines. And Africa is much more positioned to reap a lot of money from herbal medicine. Why? Our soils are good. In Uganda, these plants grow any part of Uganda. Uganda is actually the best place to develop herbal medicine sector because we have good weather throughout the year. We have good soils. So we can grow any plant here, extract and make medicine to export to the entire world. So for medical students, I tell medical students and pharmacists, you must increase your knowledge of herbal medicine because the public is now demanding for herbal medicine. When they come to your clinic and they are sick, you find out that a person has diabetes. A person will ask you, do you have a herbal solution for me? The first thing they're asking for is herbal. Meaning that the demand for herbal is increasing. Why? Number one, if someone has a disease like diabetes, it's a long-term treatment. You want to look at medicine with less side effects. There is no doubt how medicine has less side effects compared to modern medicine. Scientifically established, and I can explain why it's like that. Modern medicine uses one chemical or two chemicals. Herbal medicine have multi-chemicals in it, natural, designed by nature to work in balance. A plant can have compounds that lowers blood sugar, okay? But every plant has compound that increases blood sugar. Why is it like that? So when the other become excess, this one balances it. A plant can have compound that causes side effects to part of the body, but in the same plant, there's another compound that reverses the side effects of the other one, which modern medicine does not have. So a person who uses herbal medicine is less likely to get side effects compared to one who uses what? Modern medicine. Secondly, herbal medicine contains not just the drug alone, but also the nutrients. If you pick a plant and extract and check, that extract has zinc, selenium, calcium, iron, which my body needs. But you go and pick a tablet of coartem and check, you will only find starch, artemether, lumefantrine, that is all. Nothing like zinc, nothing like calcium, nothing like vitamins in it. So it means when I'm taking herbal medicine as a drug, I'm also taking the nutrients as a food. So I'm most likely, if there was a deficiency of zinc beginning to happen in my body, by taking herbal medicine, I'm replacing the zinc before I get sick. You see? So when you take herbal medicine, you don't have to take any supplement of zinc or vitamin, no, because most of it is already there in what? In the plant extract. Thirdly, herbal medicines have what we call restorative effect. Restoring life back, restoring health back to our bodies. You know, plants are life, isn't it?
It is.
Plant is a life itself. Our body is made out of things similar to which in the plant. So whenever you take things from the soil, you are replacing what's in your body. Our human body is very close to the soil. If you go and test the phosphorus, the calcium, they're also in the soil, the water and the
After all, that's what plants feed on.
Plants feed on it. So it means that when you take something from the soil, you are replacing what's being worn out of your body. I call it replacement therapy. What's being worn out, you are replacing. When you take a modern medicine, those things are not there, so you're not replacing anything. Okay? So herbal medicine is restorative. Secondly, herbal medicine does what we call rejuvenating the body. I was telling my students that, you see, if you have malaria, there are two philosophies of thinking. One, malaria, you got malaria because you have parasite in your body. That because of the parasite in your body, you are sick, isn't it? But we also know people who have carried the parasite, but they are not sick. Haven't you heard about them?
We have.
The people have HIV virus, but they are not having AIDS. But they are not taking a drug, but they are okay. Why? It means that their body is able to overcome the virus. Even COVID, people get COVID and they recover without treatment. Why? Their body is strong to recover what? COVID. Now this one who gets COVID virus and gets sick means his body is weak. So what herbal medicine does that, in addition to dealing with the virus, it also supports your immune system, which modern medicine does not do. So, sadly, overall, herbal medicines are much more accessible and cheaper. My grandmother in the village didn't have to travel to Kampala to look for medicine. She knows them in the village. She uses them and she recovers. So, in terms of factors that favor herbal medicine, there are more factors that are not going to favor growth of herbal medicine compared to pharmaceutical drugs. Therefore, anyone who is coming to do pharmacy or studying medicine must begin to think that the future of pharmaceutical drugs is reducing. They may not completely go off, but it's reducing. If you go to China, in Beijing, 90% of drugs in their pharmacies are their herbal medicines. Only 10% is modern medicine.
And I think India.
Even India, the same thing is going to happen in Uganda. Therefore, our doctors, our pharmacists and nurses must begin to study herbal medicine more and be aware of them, know them, and be able to explain to patients and use them to solve many problems, because the demand is going to increase. In pharmacy, we already teach them about herbal medicine. We call it pharmacognosy. At first, the textbooks they are using were from Europe, but now we are making our own knowledge. We teach them our own plants, mululuza, chigaji.
Yes.
Now we teach them our own plants, so they know that mululuza has this compound ABCD. It can work for malaria. It can work with this, so they know, and they can work towards converting mululuza from leaves into capsules, into tablets, and even into injections. So we are growing that direction in terms of mentoring and training our students. But also, they need to know how best to use this in different diseases. For example, mululuza may not work for all diseases. Which disease does it work well? Chigaji, what disease does it work with? Not all diseases. Maybe it works well for diabetes. Maybe it works well for cleaning the stomach. They need to know that. So in terms of the growth in the field, the industry of medicine is growing, and many industries have come up now in Uganda. It's not only Jena. There's Eloy Farm. There are several others that have come up and are making products. In fact, I am happy because now there's going to be competition of brains. At first, herbal medicine was for uneducated, you know, for Mama Fina, for it. Now you have PhD holders
going into it.
It means that there will be science application to it, technology application to it. Now going to be the brain working, and that means that we can get the best out of them. If you come to Mbarara University now, we have trained 30 PhDs in herbal medicine area, 30 of them. Now those are brains that are going to be injected into the field of herbal medicine. We have trained 78 master students in the field of herbal medicines and clinical pharmacy. Those are going to become the engine of growth of this sector. If you go to Chimukuru, we have established a pilot manufacturing unit where a student who is studying pharmacy or pharmacognosy can now go pick a plant, extract, test, convert it to a syrup, convert it to a capsule, convert it to a tablet. Here in Mbarara University, the entire system is there now. So I can pick this eucalyptus, extract the oil, go and test in the laboratory, convert it into a spray, and then I can give you you spray on your leg if you're having pain, you spray there, or if you have spray in your nose and the flu goes away. The entire system is now here in what? And I'm using it to train, to mentor these people and now give them skills. So it's not only OGWANG that can do that, but anyone who goes to Mbarara University can be able to produce the medicine.
Wow. You talked about. I will try to avoid mentioning a few names, of course, in the country. Trust me, before Prof. OGWANG came to news, most of us really associated the herbal medicine to the big advertisers of apparent fast-growing. I don't know whether it's an industry of its own, but beverages,
energy drinks.
Yeah. Are they actually included in the future prospective picture you're painting?
Yes.
The industry growing.
Yes. Statistics shows that 40% of men above 40 years, like me, I'm above 40 years.
Yes.
40% of us have erectile dysfunction. Our battery is weak. Now, because that 40% is a big number.
Yes, it is.
If there are like, if you have 40 million people, let's assume there are like 10 million men above 40 years. 40% is 4 million men every day are looking for solution for their manhood. So the market is big. So that's why you find that people who see the market is big look for how to tap into that market. So as you see, there are so many energy drinks. Some of them may not even be useful, but psychologically, when you drink it, you go home having faith that I've taken this thing, I'm going to perform at night.
Yes.
And maybe you perform, maybe you don't perform. You try another one like that. So that industry is growing not only in Uganda but even worldwide. So that means that opportunity to develop things that work should be created, because the business is there.
Yes.
The demand is there. People need a solution. People call me, Professor, give us something for manpower. There are very many. So the market is there. The problem is there. So we need to find solutions that work. Therefore, instead of discouraging these people who are making energy drinks, I would want them to come to Bar University, work with our scientists, study their products, see which ones work, which one can actually be approved for that purpose, because there's need for it. The people who have that, we have poor regulation. Now they are hiding under drinks like sodas, but they make their claim that this is for energy drink.
Let's talk policy. What is up for that?
So ideally, according to the laws and regulations regulations in this country, Uganda National Bureau of Standards should regulate foods and other products. National Authority should regulate medicines. Now, once you make a therapeutic claim, once you make a health claim on any product, even if it's water, it stops to be food. It becomes a medicine. Therefore, anybody who is claiming that they are making energy drinks, it means therapeutic. It gives you energy, isn't it?
Yes. Yes.
They should be approved by National Authority, not UNBS. But still, you find that they go to UNBS, they get certificate from there, then they begin advertising. But NDH, they should all submit to NDH. NDH says that in this, if I take this drink, I get energy. Because getting energy is therapeutic, it's a medicine you are taking. So NDH should approve. So ideally, they should be approved by NDH, but somehow, either it's the enforcement or politics, I don't understand, but somehow they're not going to NDA for approval. You just go to it and begin advertising, and then many people, of course, are buying them and taking them. The other thing was that we also found that some of them were adding modern drugs to their energy drinks.
Yes,
like Viagra.
Mixed with whatever, and it's going to come in.
Exactly, and that's dangerous, because somebody will take 2 bottles of your energy drink and they have swallowed 4 tablets of Viagra, then he dies. Because Viagra also has serious side effects in people. So we need to improve regulation, but what's important is to, number one, have scientific studies on those plants, because any will require scientific data to make judgment. So Bar University should be able to team up with those kinds of people.
Yes. And
they are very common in Western Uganda, but most of the products produced in Western Uganda, energy drinks, candy, there are many. Now we need to work with them as a university to support them, to improve their products and have them approved by NDA. Yeah.
So, well, you see, the future you described for herbal medicine will absolutely have them. We may not actually avoid them.
No.
On the side of the professional kind of touch, do you think there's something that is not yet being done that should actually be done for us to achieve the dream we have for the herbal medicine industry?
There's a very big gap in training and practice. So the people who are practicing herbal medicines have not gone to medical school. The people who are going to medical school don't know about herbal medicines. If you go down there and ask the medical doctors being trained right now, look at their curriculum. There is nothing on herbal medicine. Yet, the people that are going to serve are using herbal medicine. So we need to either modify their curriculum to use herbal medicine to their curriculum, like we do pharmacology of modern drugs. We also teach them pharmacology of what? Of herbal medicine. So they understand, because the two pharmacologies are a bit different. The pharmacology of modern medicine is different from the pharmacology of what? Of herbal medicine. Yes. So they need to know both. Now, if you can teach them, then they can know about these herbal drugs and they can prescribe them to their patients. So I expect that in years to come, we need to inculcate or introduce herbal medicine curriculum into the medical school curriculum. The pharmacy curriculum is a bit better. They have a section of herbal medicine for 2 years. They study herbal medicine. So for them, they understand it a bit better. The nursing schools have started. I've heard that they also began learning about what? Herbal medicine, which is good. The other option is to have a separate kind of people trained like China and India did. China and India, for them, they train bachelor's degree in traditional Chinese medicine. So these people are trained like medical doctors are trained, but for them they use herbal medicine. They prescribe herbal medicine to treat patients. So you have like two lines: modern medicine trained doctors and herbal medicine trained doctors. So we have to have that approach. So in Bar University, we began a program to bring that into effect. So we wanted to begin with a bachelor's degree in herbal medicine, but we said it may be difficult to begin a bachelor's degree when you don't have enough knowledge on herbal medicines. So we say what to first do, let's first train PhD students and masters to do research and generate knowledge which can be used to teach the undergraduate students. Because now we shall have evidence on our own plants, on our medicines, and that's the evidence we use to teach what? The undergraduates. So now that we have begun training at PhD and master level to generate knowledge on our plants, we can now introduce bachelor's degree in herbal medicines and be able to train them with organized curriculum based on our own knowledge, rather than using the Chinese knowledge or Indian knowledge of plants that are not here. So I think in years to come, I don't know how long it will take, we should see Bachelor of Medicine in traditional medicine being moved at Bar University.
Yes.
That will help us a lot, so that those doctors can understand and prescribe traditional medicine that we make for them.
Okay, talking students of pharmacy, my generation, those that I've seen, we have three categories of them getting out of university. The first category is looking for a job in a pharmacy, basically a drug dispensary, majorly, most of them. The other category is thinking, let me go tell Muzei to sell goats, I need to start a pharmacy. And all they are into is pharmaceutical supply generally. The third category is either jobless or, well, they are into other fields. I did my pharmacy, but yeah, I'm doing this. Well, there could be another one that falls under your category that are trying to create stuff, but we have seen just a number of them, just few of them in news. But even when we saw them, they were being arrested because they are perhaps concocting a few stuff that are not, up to standards and all that. So to achieve the spirit of utilizing the industry we are dreaming of, who should get worried among these categories, and who do you actually encourage?
So first of all, as a country and government must be wise. One of the biggest mistakes we make in Africa is those so-called international standards. You get what I'm saying?
Yes.
These global standards.
Is it called ISO?
Like WHO, for example.
Yes.
World Health Organization standard, the CDC standard, the US Food and Drug, those kinds of standards. Copy them and come and paste on Ugandans. You cannot compare America and Uganda. You say we should all use the same standard. Does it make sense?
Perhaps it doesn't.
It doesn't. If you say Mbara University students must see the same exams as Harvard students, do you think we can compete? They don't study from Harvard.
Yes.
We started from Bar University. With the limitation we have, we don't have the technology they have, but they set exams from Harvard and we see the same exam and we all must pass it. It can't work like that. Therefore, governments must develop their own standards in reference to those international standards. What am I trying to say? We must look at, as a nation, where are we? We are still in a developing stage. What's the right standard for us that works for us? And we set that standard, the minimum standard that can work for us, this is the one that can work for us. And then people must meet that minimum standard. Other than saying use the standard of WHO of America, which cannot work here. How did China go far? China refused to listen to those standards of WHO. You go and read their history. They made their own standards. Even up now, they are making their own standards for railway, for measurements, everything. So they say, as long as this is our standard, for us, this milk got from the cow in Bushenyi, went like this, is okay for us. We take it's okay. We take we're okay. If you have to bring Americans to tell you their standard for milk, this one will not pass. But are you not drinking the milk and you're okay? We're okay, we're drinking our milk.
Yes.
So let's make our own standard. So these people are being arrested because our institutions are trying to follow the international standard. Forget that even them themselves, they are not meeting the international standard as an institution. So NDA, government, we must sit down with people in the industry, the pharmacists, the people who are making medicine. What is the minimum standard we should develop for our country? That we say, if you meet this standard, you can produce medicine as you grow. Because, for example, I was making Covidex for my lab in Entebbe. If it was being measured according to standard of WHO, it will not pass. It will not pass. But when people recovering from Covidex,
They were.
have you heard that Covidex kill anybody?
Nope.
So, then if they had come to say, OGWANG stop producing because you're not meeting the WHO standard, I would have not produced Covidex because they want me to meet the other standard. But I produce under standard which is not for them and it's working. So we must know what works for us, what's safe for us, and that becomes our standard for the start as we grow. So for us to grow this industry, we should not be deceived by those developed countries because their goal is not for us to develop. Their goal is, after they have climbed the tree, they remove the ladder. They say, you climb without a ladder. That's what they're saying. They first climb with a ladder. Now, you can use a plane to get to a tree. Where will you get a plane? When for them they use the ladder to go up there. With small, now they're up there very high. They're not saying that don't use a ladder, use a plane. Because of modern technology, use a drone. But you can't afford a drone.
Yes.
So we must change that. And if you have to change that, government must come in and be wise. Our regulators must be wise to support local innovations, support local industry. Even to up to date, if you go to those countries like Germany, people are working from their garages. I was in Germany. People are making ICT things, engineering things from their homes. They call them cottage industry. Cottage industry is now the way to go. Let some people make something from there. I was making general products from my own guest house.
Yes.
And it was helping Ugandans. Now when I've grown to become international, I've now put up a better factory because I've made some money.
Because you've gone through the steps.
Exactly, I've gone through the steps
within
now,
your means,
within
yes.
my means. So we must encourage people to work within their means but follow the right procedure. That what you're putting on the market is not harmful, what you're putting on the market doesn't have contamination, it is safe for people to use. Whether you're making it using a pot, because I can use a pot to make medicine. And it's safe. My mother cooks food using a pot. Have we died? If you go to Sorry, they're using a pot to drink ajono. But those who come and say, don't use a pot to drink ajono. You use what? Use stainless steel to drink ajono. But pot is working for us.
Yes.
I can't afford stainless steel. So that needs to be done. Now, going back to your question, who should be worried? You don't need to be worried. What's important is to understand the value chain of things. If you look at the value chain of things, the person who makes a product, okay, the person who does research develops a product, normally is 1 or 2 or 5 people, okay? They research and develop a product, not done by many people, like 5 people.
Yes, usually.
When it goes to industry, the number increases. Who make it? Maybe like 20. When it goes into market, the suppliers increase. When it goes into now the users, end users, it increases. So the numbers keeps on building. So even if you have 10 people in research, they will produce 20 jobs for manufacturers. Matter of produce 20 jobs for supply chain. So we need people in the entire system. You cannot say that all of you go and do research. Who will do the manufacturing? All of you go and do production. Who will do the supply chain? Because we need people in supply chain also. So we need to know what's my interest. My interest is research and discovery. What's my interest? Manufacturing. What's my interest? I'm better at promotion. So do what you know or what you feel can work for you. But most importantly, specialize in it. Today, OGWANG has been known because of how medicine research and product. But you could become excellent because of good supply chain. We have good pharmacies like Idi Umbwe. Yes, is the Eco Farm. Many branches are working. Native, Guardian, they're working. They're making names. They're making their money and they're serving the community. So I think what we need to do is, nobody should be worried that I'm doing supply chain, I'm doing pharmacy. What's important? How can you use your skills to develop the sector?
Okay.
Whether you're in supply chain, whether you're prescribing, whether you're in hospital, how can you use the product from OGWANG, from another person to promote the sector?
Yes, welcome from that yet another short break. We are still moving on, and this is actually the first episode of Faces of Uganda, though this is part 2, and the main focus of this part was actually the future of herbal medicine and as the industry. Now, Prof, before we went for this short break, we had at least you had guided on what needs to be done on the side of the student, someone trying to actually learn or develop a career in herbal medicine. But there are those, the youth, the professors, and any other person trying to mentor the students in line of herbal medicine. I do not know if you think there's something that is not yet, being done very right, or something that needs to change, or something that these people need to think about.
Yeah, I think that professors and lecturers should be more practical. You should practice what you are teaching, because it helps you to learn newer things than just what you read from the textbook or from people's publications.
Yes.
It helps you to teach your students beyond what's written in the books and in the internet. You teach them what you have discovered, what you have come up with.
What you actually practice.
What you actually doing. That makes students more interested in your work, because they see new things out of your own hands and brains coming up. Also, if professors can go into more practical things, they will help a lot in stimulating economic growth and social welfare. Because what you make, or the service that you provide, improves the lives of people. I actually believe that if you are lecturing or teaching, you need to have, if for example you are a science teacher, or a science professor or a lecturer, you need to have a laboratory or a factory where every day you are doing something. You are either studying, researching, discovering things, and using that knowledge to teach students, but also produce new services and products. We need to really do that. We need to encourage and find a way of supporting our lecturers to be doing research, not just win a grant, do research, publish, and so on. No, but have a focus that I want to develop. I want to develop something, so you focus on developing that thing, whether it's a medicine or better cement, or better tiles, or better whatever the country needs. That will help us a lot. And because of, in so doing, we will not have to depend on salaries. I don't depend on salary, because the products that I've developed, that are on the market, support me. So I don't have to strike because of salary or because of, no. So, and in addition to that, I employ people. You'll be employing people, because whatever you discover and produce goes into the market, then it creates jobs for our students. Right now I say that I'm employing students that I taught in Bari University in my factory. They are right now, there are 5 of them employed by me.
At least I know Ivan Kawa,
yes, plus even others. So we don't just only train people to go and look for jobs, but we train them and we provide the jobs alongside for them to do. So I really think that there is need for for us to change, not just to do theoretical teaching. You teach things you read from the textbooks that have never done them. You teach things which Americans discovered 6 years ago, you have not improved on it. I think we need to begin improving on things and making our own things. And also, if we do that, we can bring industry close to university. Because some Chinese philosopher, not a philosopher, some Chinese man was on tour, I was watching, he said, university and industry go together.
University and industry
must grow together.
Yes.
If you have universities growing, without industry growing, you're going to have job problems. Because you're graduating people and they cannot find what? They can't find jobs. If you have again, if you have industry growing, university growing, you're going to have a problem with innovations. There will be no innovations, or there will be no supply of people to work. So therefore, whenever university opens up, we need to know how many industries need to open up. But how can industries open up if there's no innovations for them to manufacture and supply the market? So the university must work with industry to create innovations that go into manufacturing, go into the market, and create jobs. For that to happen, lecturers must become practical. They must begin doing things, innovating, making something that can go to industry and supply the market.
Let's connect the learning with the community. Is there a role the general community needs actually to put in us achieving the medicine industry that we are all, the herbal medicine industry that we are all going to boast over? You talked about Bushenyi being some source of your plant, for example. The students we train here, in my view, perhaps could go back to the communities and the species actually start getting planted, and it's another economic boost for them.
Yeah, so again, one of the things we need to change from our teaching is that, we bring students from the community, we hide them in the university.
Yes, for some time.
For some time, then throw them back to the community.
Yes.
So they go to the community looking for jobs in the community. But actually, if we brought them to university and then engage them with the community, they will begin to learn things from the community which are good, which need to be improved. So we are sort of developing a model under the project, a model in which the students are in the community, they see what's happening in the community, the challenges, the solutions which are there, they come to the university, we work on those problems, work on those solutions, take them back to the community as better solutions or solution to the challenges. That's the model we wanted to do. But the problem we are having is that there's no alignment of that process whereby, let's say, instead of OGWANG sitting in this class in Bari University with the students teaching them, OGWANG should move to Bushenyi with the students for 1 week.
Yes. Camp
there for 1 week. Let's see the plants they're using for making Covidex. They study it, you show them with how the community cultivate those plants, how they maintain them. Maybe you find that you can improve the way they're doing it, or you can learn from them how they do things. But we don't have that room. And why we're not having that room, it goes down back to, I think, planning and logistics. I think it's more of planning. We think that things must be in class. So when they're making timetable, you find that lecture room 1, or going your lecture room 1. So they're not have flexibility to go with the students to the field. So we need to, if we can do that, in fact for me now I believe that with the IT learning, online learning, why should pharmacy students be in the university here? They should be in industry. They should place them in industry, CIPLA, JENA, KPI, and then they're there doing things being done practically, and then they get online lectures from the lecturers. So we teach them and then we visit them in the lab. So they should not come to Bari University, they should stay there in the factory, help in making drugs. As they help make drugs, they're gaining skills, how drugs are made, and then the lecturers teach them online, and then go work with them for a week, provide them and so on. That will make us much more unique. And my plan is already to begin the next master's from Kogunos. I don't want them to sit here. I want them to come and be in my factory, because they're not very many, they will be like 10 or 6. They are there, they go there every morning from 8 to 5. Then I organize them lectures online. So they are there making the medicine,
yes,
extracting, making syrups, making capsules, practically. As they also get online lectures.
Okay. Well, that is quite maybe a piece of what is yet to happen at Mbara University of Science and Technology. When the news actually were all about you, the university was actually also out there. In fact, some of us believe that the university, it changed the whole image of the university. By the way, could actually that be true?
Yeah, I think I have received comments from several professors, not just Mbara University alone, but even Makerere, Gulu, Kiambogo, that the COVID story has brought out a different side of university. Because university was a place where nothing good comes out to help society. But COVID showed that actually university can produce a life-saving solution. So that has changed the thinking about university. I think even government is thinking more how to support universities to do more research and develop products. So I think COVID has brought a good narrative about what professors. We are not just degree professors,
yes,
but we can also be solution professors.
Okay, yeah. So to justify that, to justify the success story, of course, the public now is actually demanding a lot from the university. We believe and we will always be hopeful that in case tomorrow there comes another outbreak, if it ever crosses our mind that we might get a local remedy, then Mbara University of Science and Technology is going to come in our minds. And that is, of course, with the pharmacy department and all that. How are we prepared to actually meet this demand?
That is a very important question. You see, COVID was something that was done many years back.
Yes.
And then the university worked on it to prove, which was very good. It means we must continue to develop solutions even to problems we don't know. We never knew about corona, isn't it?
Yeah, we didn't.
But because there was an innovation which we could now modify and try, it could work for us very quickly. So we need to have solutions in pipeline. In other words, my plan, I one time wrote some small plan I wanted to give to the president, but someone stole my document before I could give to the president when I went to State House. I wanted the president to support three things. One, national documentation and databasing of all medicinal plants and medicinal knowledge in Uganda. There are people in the villages who have special knowledge, how to treat snake bites, how to help pregnant women,
yes,
how to fix many things, but they're dying without knowledge. Nobody's capturing it. So we could have a national database. We move to villages and meet people who have special knowledge, capture the knowledge and compensate them with some small amount of money. They are willing to determine maybe 2 million. They will be happy because they want to give the knowledge to the nation. That becomes a national database for traditional knowledge in Uganda, and government protects it. Whenever there is a challenge, we go into the archive. What could be working for this kind of disease? Quickly we pick and we do the studies. Secondly, I want us to collect samples of those useful plants for different diseases, epidemic diseases, and we do laboratory analysis on them because it's not expensive. We run lab analysis, we know what their safety level, the phytochemicals they have, the kind of diseases they work on, and we have that database already. The third step, we pick the most promising formulas or plants, converted into formulas, and have those formulas validated for safety. So you know that formula X for unknown disease yet in human beings is safe. When a disease breaks out,
yes,
we know that formula X, Y, Z are safe. Don't again worry about safety. Now let's worry about does it work on the disease. So now you quickly go and test it against what? Against the disease. So that we have tools in store. That's what the Americans are doing. That's what the Russians are doing. They have innovations for 50 years from now. They're just waiting.
They're just waiting.
Yes, this
they're trying to create the problem.
Exactly. Oh, they all create the problem for it. So this vaccine technology, the mRNA vaccines, it was developed like 30 years ago. It was not during COVID-19. But they're just waiting for when to deploy it to provide the solutions. Now when COVID-19 came, they could make vaccines out of that technology. So we need to have technologies in pipeline, just waiting to be deployed where there is need. So we need that to be organized. So the Department of Farmers right now needs to be supported, not just with one project, but with a program. You know, a program is continuous. You know, a 10-year program.
Yes.
Support the Department of Pharmacy to do studies on traditional medicine for different diseases, and say every year come out with one formula that we can put in our archive. We know that in case something breaks out, we have 3 formulas to try. One of them may work for us. That should be the approach. But the challenge we have is there is no organized system of such funding. We had most Ministry of Science, Technology and Innovation. I think it was work closed down. Now we no longer have a Ministry for Science, Technology and Innovation. I don't know where it is now. We are nothing under presidency. So the system which was there has now collapsed again. So we need a funding, organized funding mechanism for research and innovation in the country. Or if government can say, like they're doing with Makere, you know Makere is being funded on many fronts. Makere, okay, government gives Makere 30 billion shillings every year. Mbara gets nothing. I wonder why. Why does Mbara University get nothing? Why can't they give us 5 billion every year? If Makere getting 30, let's give Mbara University 5 billion. And they can see what we can do at Mbara University, because we have capacity to develop medicines in Mbara University, good medicines. We have showed it now. We can do it. So if government can also consider, the President should consider giving Mbara University 5 billion every year. I can assure you 5 billion every year, this country will be confident that when something breaks down, we have a solution from Mbara University.
Very big call there. I studied at Mbara University of Science and Technology from a faculty of computing. And before one actually attains a degree, yes, we would actually have to do research, but go ahead and develop the product. If it's a mobile application that talks about how herbs work, I would go ahead and present it. This is my product. My supervisor would actually also install it on their phone. Product really working. Of course, with challenges of you're not going to do it after you're doing it for graduation purposes, but in the faculty of medicine, and particularly of course the department of pharmacy, could that arrangement be happening soon, or is it there that it is not going to stop at research? I am going to do Covidex and present it before you actually award me a degree.
That's a very good idea. Okay, we have also been giving us to do research. They pick a plant, they test if it is safe, it is efficacious, and then they write their book, and then they stop there. They don't even publish. But now I think it's high time we change from just writing a dissertation to producing a product. Even if you don't complete, someone can continue from there. Work with another generation to continue. So that's very important for us. But there's also need for mindset change in the professors.
Yes.
Most professors have the old thinking. So even when the Farm by Truck came, the project came, our original idea was not taken the way we wanted it to be. It was kind of like
twisted a bit.
Yeah, but people will think differently. So because for me, we were saying that we want our students to do research on herbal products on the market, so that they can prove that these medicines are safe and the medicines work. That has 2 advantages. One, it assures the public that the product X made by Jenna is not safe or is safe. Okay? And then also, it also helps Jenna to know that their product is safe or not safe, so they can improve. But now, other professors would say, you're just validating a product. That's not research. But there's no data about safety of this product. The person making it is selling it, but we do not know what is safe or not. So this is that kind of, they say, no, let him go and look for a plant. He extracts, he screens, and find whether the plant is safe or not. But it's not a product. So
you may find it was a lab kind of error.
Exactly. But this is a product on the market. People are using it. We don't know whether it helps people or not. Why don't you do research on them? Add value in terms of scientific knowledge to it. The industry will be happy with the university because the university has done research on their product. So we managed to convince a number of them to come to our side. Now, if you go to master students who are doing their research now in Pharmacoponocy, many of them are testing products on the market. There's one who tests a product from aloesia for immune boosting, and the other one that it stops your body from bacteria from growing in your body. Now that information is good for the industry, but also for the public that yes, this product being promoted for immune boosting actually works. because we injected mice with the bacteria, and the bacteria failed to grow because this product began to act the mice. That's a sign that it's helping to resist the bacterial growth. Now that's good for us, because if we do that kind of thing, then we're going to support industry to add value to their product by having scientific basis why their product is being on the market. And then also, when our students graduate, those industries can take them up. Because oh, you did work on our product, come and do on 10 other products. You understand? We are doing from University now, let's employ you as our employee, we pay you, test our products, give us this information, so you are more useful to the industry, other than the way we are doing things before. So I think we are changing that by focusing more on products than just theoretical things. And now, even if you come to our university, to pharmacy department, a number of our PhD students are now making products. Even masters, they are making from their research, they're coming out with what? And that's what I did for my PhD. My PhD was on malaria, evaluation of a plant for malaria prevention. And I was giving the data to Makerere for PhD. I was also making a product out of it. When I go to the market, I use the PhD data to defend the product. So I got the degree, but I also got the product. Yes. That's what we want. You have your degree, yes. Also you have your product.
Very true.
Then you can say, now I want money to produce this product to sell to people, because I've proven that scientifically it works, it is safe. Here is the product. I want a line to produce. Then you can easily get money from government.
We support our call for the 5 billion that should come to the university per year. Now, Prof, it's been, of course, a pleasure hosting you, and a very important one. But we cannot end without hearing from you, because apparently, if we talk about successful pharmacists, I don't know if I should use that, but herbal innovators, I would call them as that for the lack of better word, we would have you perhaps as our president, as our country head. What is coming up within your docket? It could be at Mara University of Science and Technology, it could be at Jena. Your personal next plan that we are about to actually see. End with that, yes.
So we last year, or before COVID came, I organized the people who are in the field of natural medicines. So we formed the Natural Medicine Society of Uganda, and I was elected as their president.
Yes.
We want to set up that society so it can become the umbrella of everyone who is doing work on herbal medicines, natural medicines, all, because we need an organization that we can all be under, that can work for us, different sectors. So that organization, it has people who have not gone to school but who know about herbal medicines. Just who are cultivating herbal medicine, just who are manufacturing, who are doing research, who are publishing, all just academicians and all kinds of people. It's a combination of everybody who is doing something in this field, which is very good. We are delayed for registration, but now we are trying to see that registered and becomes official in the country. So that's one thing that I want to push for, because if you have an umbrella, you are stronger than if you are scattered here and there.
Yes.
So I think that system would help us a lot in helping government to streamline many things. Who does growing of the plants? Who does extraction? Who does manufacturing? Who does selling? Who does exporting? The entire system well organized. So I think that will help us. But secondly, we can use that umbrella to reach out to different people who have knowledge and we document them. Because it's easy if you have an umbrella to capture that knowledge, and you know that this knowledge we got from so and so, the member of our umbrella, so that people share their knowledge freely. Because we also need textbooks to teach people. We need practical things, learning from them, from people who are using them. They come and teach us. One of the things I do is that I invite those people to come, whether they know English or not, but you have a skill, you have a knowledge, I call you to come to university, teach us. And they have taught us many things. Yeah, they come from Bushenyi, they come from Kabale, they come and teach us. We share with them. Unfortunately, I pay them using my money because they're not paying the university to invite such people to come and teach. I use part of my salary to pay them to come and teach the students as well as I learn. I need that happen where we can invite people from the society, people from industry who have knowledge and skill to come and lecture to us. Because they have some special knowledge and skill, they can teach us. We learn from them.
The people that we host on Faces of Uganda are indeed Faces of Uganda. I've ever asked myself, unfortunately I asked my dad and he couldn't answer some time back, while watching, well, that time it was Heroes Day, the people, getting their medals, and my dad would say, now that's a hero of this nation. I always wondered how that comes. Do you already know that you're going to receive this? How does a phone call, come in, and that whole feeling? By the way, does it come with some money? All those. Let's end it really with the medal side of it.
So I received a call one day that this is a president's office. We are asking you to be in Kololo on 26th January because the president is going to award you a medal. So I was very happy because I had received many awards from so many organizations, Rotary, from the side of Uganda, NIMRA. I have like 10 awards from different organizations, but this was a national one.
Yes.
So it was very exciting to have a national. So he told me, please make sure you're there because the president wants you to be there. So I had to make sure that I go for COVID test, prepare, and I went there. So on that day, the day of award of medals, we were also privileged. My name was read first. Professor OGWANG Patrick of Mbari University of Science and Technology. So I went. See,
that's what's it's amusing. You are on the top lists of
yes,
the civilian.
My name was read first. Yes. So I got to a podium. I stand and then they read about my work. Like for around 10 minutes, they're reading about you. It was really very, very humbling, but also inspiring. Yes. Yeah, I was feeling very happy. Standing at the national level and being talked about, and the entire nation and even the world watching you. It's a very big thing. So after that, they tell us now go and take a picture with the photograph with the president. So we went in groups 3-3 to take a picture with the president. I stood near the president and took the picture with him. After that, they told us to go and sit. When everybody had taken a picture with the president in groups, I saw another person coming to call me, lady. Come. I said, is it me? Yes. So the president wants you urgently, hurry. So I was again called later to come back and take a picture with the president alone. Wow. That made me feel so good. I was like, oh, the president really treasures me. Yes. He called me back so I can have a picture with him alone. I was very happy. I even told my wife, can you mind the president call me back, take a picture with me alone?
Like seriously?
Yeah, I was so happy with that. It means he thinks about me. Yeah, he thinks about me. He singled me out of the many. Yes. Come and take a picture with me.
Chosen one, yes.
Yeah, so I was really grateful. I'm happy for that.
You could help answer the question I asked my father. Those medals come with some money.
Oh yes, they gave us some money that day. Yes, some good amount of money. Not too much, not too little. It was enough. Yeah, we are happy.
Okay, wow. Thank you very much. This we ask every other guest we host here. What's that Uganda that you want to see? Could be limited to your line of profession work, or it could be as a citizen of Uganda, because you're our face. Which Uganda do you want to see?
So I want to encourage all Ugandans from whatever walks of life, and let us maintain peace and harmony. Peace and harmony is very important for us to develop. Differences can be there. I may not agree with you. You may not agree with the president. You may not agree with the NUP. You may not agree with UPC, but we should all remain what? Ugandans.
Yes.
There's no need for us to fight. No need for us to struggle. There's time for everything. There's time for everyone. What's important for us to do or to think about it? What can I contribute in my own place where I am? I am not the president. What can I do in my position right now in Mbari University to support, to grow the nation? As you yourself, what can you do where you are to build the country? Don't admire to be a president. Even the president has his own load and issues to handle. But whether you're in opposition, whether you're in NRM, whether you're in university, whether you're in the village, ask yourself, what can I contribute where I am to make this country better? Wherever you are, that's where God wants to be right now. Do something there, then God can promote you to another place. But don't begin admiring your friend's place. You think that if you're there, you'll do better. No?
Yes.
First perform where you are, then you can think about being promoted to another level. So as a country, let's remain focused, peaceful, and let's work together and do something wherever you are. There's always something you can do where you are to make a difference. Thank you.
Do you sometimes get to be social and
Social life?
yes?
Not often. My life was not modeled so much into social life, but I like. I can talk and talk and talk. I can laugh. I can do all kinds of things. But I tended to be more in church and lab and home. Actually, I don't know most places in Barada.
Yes. Church, lab, home.
Where they call happenings. One time somebody asked me, do you know where Vision Empire is? I said, where is Vision Empire in Barada? I don't know where it was. Yeah, but I'm also beginning to open up, to learn places, but not so much. I'm now a bit getting old also. Maybe it's late for me.
Music is universal. Do you have any piece of music you've ever liked?
Yeah, I like music. I like music a lot, but mainly I like hymns, church hymns. Yeah, but those are the forms of music I listen to, but not so much into what the young people enjoy.
Yeah, let's leave it for our viewers. That very one you like most.
The song I like, I don't know which one I can think of, but there are many songs I like, but maybe you'll not be able to play them. But the one I like most is the hymn that says, "Tis so sweet to trust in Jesus."
So sweet to trust in Jesus.
Yes, 'tis sweet to trust in Jesus, just from sin and self to cease, just from Jesus.
Because when you trust in Jesus, you have no fear of whatever happens. During the time of COVID saga and etc., it is faith in Jesus that kept me strong and working, because I learned that when you're doing good, you have no fear of evil. When you're doing good,
Yes.
you don't fear evil.
You're not scared of...
No. You're not scared.
Because you know you're in the right track.
Yes, you know you're in the right track.
It's important. One viewer commented that you could sing that, but I don't know. Are you comfortable with that?
Not now.
Yes. Thank you very much, Prof. Now that you have COVID, I don't know whether it is safe to shake.
Yeah, no problem.
Okay.
We after shaking, we wash our hands. We also take COVID.
Yes.
No problem.
Thank you.
All right. Thank you
very
too for
much.
hosting me.
Yes.
A blessed time, and hello to all the viewers again.
Okay.
Thank you.
Please enjoy this.
All right.
reading.
Lord Jesus, Jesus, precious Jesus, oh, for grace to trust Him